Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith, the Smith in the Black channel here, Ticker Talker, and we got a new month, new week, all that kind of stuff. And so, that means everything starts over again, except for the quarterlies and yearlies. And what does that mean? That means that we got a new month, all right? So the question is, which way is the price going from the opening of the month? Right now, down, right? We're red on the day, which makes us red on the week and the month because it's all going to be the same today, right? So, no hurry. So what we do have here is an outside day. Here. So now, to start off the month, you're an outside day and you're red, right? So you're a 3 on the day, which gives us a broadening formation, which is this. Here on the 60, lower low, higher high to start off, and now an inside 60, right? So now we got an equilibrium. How do you break this, right? Every 60 is like a new day to us, right? So we want to see how we can break that. If we go to QQQ, and QQQ here, another outside day, and you can see it's just been really stuck in here doing nothing. But now we're starting off a new month. You're starting off as an inside month in the Qs, right? How are you going to take out either side of the last month's highs or lows? That's what we want to know about. But for right now, we've got the inside 60 here, right? So we can go across the board here. No hurry because it's the first day of the month, and what that means is that all day the monthly and the weekly and the daily opening are the same. The only thing that changes is the 60s. Right, here's your diamonds. So and then we go to small cappers. Here, so small cappers a little stronger, trying to take out last month's highs. That would be RevStrat month over 227.40. You're there. And so you can see this a little different. Gaps up, comes in, 2 up, 2 down, and then boom. These two become an outside bar of that, right? Which is a RevStrat month. So small cappers looking a little stronger to start off. If we have any theme at all to the upside here, you can have crude. And it gaps and then comes back in, all right? Crude, but goes to new recent highs, and you can see this then does the 2-2 reversal on the 60. 2 up, 2 down, back through here. Now we'll see new 60. You can see that. They start buying it right at the bottom of the hour. You see that? So we'll see if they can get the 2-2 reversal back up here because that's getting XOP here, and you can see XOP. Inside weak to the upside, XLE. Here, inside week to the upside to start off the week, and you see how crammed it was in here on the daily. So just starting to come out of here, and we can see like big boys like EOG, 2-2 weaker to the upside, but we'll see. Now it would be RevStrat 60 here, inside, then pokes down. So we'll look at this above here. 84.07 right here in the next hour. EOG to see if you can get that thing going. PXD, how you doing, buddy? All right, PXD taking out last week's highs, and Exxon taking out last week's highs, but we'll see. Like a lot of muted stuff in here. If you go to LPI, we like to get some of these things that move around a bit. LPI going inside and up on the 60 right now, but you can see a lot of dollar movement in this thing. 58 comes 64, so stuff like that. If we go to the memes, you got your GameStops. And going to be inside days, but that's okay because there's enough action in here, enough movement in here to keep an eye on it. As you can see, just went inside and up on the 60 here, GameStop. Here's that inside 60 above 240.69. Looking to take this out or 244.77, which it did. Right now we don't know, but that's the way you look at that. AMC also went inside 60 upper here. Also going to be an inside day pretty much. You know, that's what happens when you have these big ranges. It's a new month. Last month was a beautiful inside month and up. But now you're starting off a new month and you're going to be inside on the day. If we go to another theme we're seeing here, I talked about this in the weekend video, the REITs and VNQ. And you can see VNQ had an inside week to the upside last week, taking this hammer out. And so one of the things you want to look for is when you see like a ETF like this that gets hammered and it's coming all the way back up to here, to things that are in there that might also do that. So if you look at stuff like AVB here, you can see it still got some room to come up and take that out, and now that VNQ has done that. SPG here, still plenty of room up there. SLG, because if there's any coming back out plays, opening back up place, whatever you want to call it. REITs would be it. You know, you got your yield, you've got everybody coming back out. Supposedly, we'll see. I also mentioned MAC Macerich. Because this was a meme stock here too. Remember, the Redditors came after it up here, so we'll see if they come back to it with the REITs so far so good, and those REITs for today to start off. If we go to Tenneco, we're looking at this last month. And Tenneco, we knew about this last month, that inside month to the upside. Now it's starting off. Nice little day here, boys. Right here. Boom. Off she goes. TEN. So, still used to be somebody. Used to be up in here. If we go to Nucor and Steels. And Nucor, inside week to the upside. Right, starting off the new month. It's an inside week and up. So Nucor starting off a little fast here, but we'll see if that sets up again. Market's slowing down into nothing here, so be aware of that. If we go to Land's End in the retail, LE, having a nice little day here too. And if you go to the monthly, you're going to see this. Big outside month, pokes down 2, pokes down 2. Now, boom. 2-2 back into the old 3 and coming back up. Here's your broadening formation coming out of here, right? So so good. We'll see. A little fast here. We'll see if that sets up. How about a nice 30 for you? Yeah, we'll see. Tried to go inside and up on the 30 and backs off. We'll see if that sets up again. If we go to NMRD. And NMRD, inside in the 30. So whenever you see something like this, you have a tough time getting out of this range here, you see? How are you going to get outside of this? So you got your inside 30, but you want to be able to see if you can get out of there. That was a big range. So we'll see how that sets up. If we go to J Miami Junior, hasn't quite done it yet, but you can keep an eye on this. This was in the weekend video too. You had your reversal here on the weekly off the hammer here 3 weeks ago. Just walking back through this stuff. And so this is going to get my attention here this month. You get it over 32.19. Right there, you got a little bit more room on that, but if you can get it through there, that's when you get my attention. If you go to PDD, and PDD here, the month, the inside month, the poke down, and now boom, RevStrat coming back the other way here, over 137.80. So for the rest of the month, over that, I'll be looking for buy signals on this thing. Here you go, there's your inside 30, and just still walking up is PDD. If you go to JD coming up here a little bit. We want to take out not only the weeklies, inside week to the upside, but those monthlies. So here's this month, lower middle, over 78.89. All right, you're getting closer to that, but that's going to get my attention because that's a 2-2 reversal on the month for JD. On the downside, we're seeing a little bit more of that healthcare, XLV. And XLV, RevStrat day to the downside. Inside day, boom up. Pow! Stop them all out through all this stuff. That also gives you the outside, inside week down here, right? Taking this thing to the downside. If that works, it's always a matter of if that works, what it'll cause. So here on the monthly below 121.59, right? You're sitting right on that. Below that, that gets my attention because that's a 2-2 reversal on the month. And that's going to give you stuff like Johnson & Johnson. Johnny John. Here. Still handily inside month, that's good. Inside week and down, but you can see to start off the day, 2 up, 2 down on the daily, and now coming back through. And like a lot of things, going to give you the inside 60 to see if that comes through. Humana was in the weekend vid, talked about this because of, remember this on the weekly here. 2 up by taking out the highs, then 2 down by taking out the lows, right? And so that was your weekly reversal, and if that works, it sets this up, the monthly, 2 up, 2 down. So for the rest of the month, I want to know about this below 436.74, right? You're there. If you go to Abbott Labs, having some problems here too. And Abbott Labs on a gap down, it's chopping them up, but good in here, and now just kind of walking down. So we'll see how much more it's got in it. You got some more pivots and stuff through here. We'll see. If we go to Amgen, we knew that the bios were having some problems last month. Now Amgen coming off an inside month here. So below 234.58 has my attention, right? If we go to BIIB, how you doing, buddy? Still puking. They tried to rally it back in an outside day to the downside, taking that out. Now trying to take out last month's low here, below 266. Right, you're there. So you're still having some problems over there. Tells us we can take a look at IBB itself. Handily and opening is an inside month, but this would get things going a little bit worse if you can take out last week's lows below 149.19. All right, gets this thing in a little bit more trouble. If we go to Thermo, TMO, and TMO to start off the new month, a 2-2 reversal day. Takes these guys out, stop them out here on the daily, and then bam, 2 up, 2 down, and right back through all this range. So we'll see. It takes out last week's lows, and that's something I'd want to know about. That's a 2 up, 2 down, looking to take this out here as these two become an outside bar. 448.52. So you got a little bit more room on that. And if that works, you can continue on that week monthly. If you go to UTHR, more bio. UTHR taking out last week's lows. You can see this has been walking her down. And then here you go, triangle out. Daily 2 up, and then boom. These two become an outside bar of all that. We'll see if anything more comes of that. If we go to Danaher, DHR. And DHR, inside day, pokes up, boom, RevStrat day, puker, down there. And if that works, it's going to trigger this, 2 down, 2 up, 2 down week. And if that works, the 2 down week here, month, below 245.95, right? So all that stuff kicks in real fast. As you can see, it did right here. 2-2, 2-2, 2-2. All right, so that's got my attention. Now you can see on the new 60, firms up a little bit here, but we'll see. If we go to Microsoft, Microsoft, going after RevStrat week, inside week, all right? So if you can take this out, you get my attention on the downside here, 247.51, right? You're flirting with that. So we'll see if that takes that out, because that's going to alert us to XLK, because if it's heavily weighted in that, to keep an eye on with Apple. And with Apple, so Apple on the, slightly takes out the inside week, and then right here is what somebody want to know about, 124.55, right? You're still skirting right around there. If you go to Beyond the Meats, and Beyond the Meats, now an inside 60. Just starting off the new month, you want to see all the signals that you can get. So it's going to be inside week almost for sure, and probably an inside month here to start off. But it does move around enough to get this. The 2 up, 2 down, and boom, right out the chute. Now inside on the 60, we'll see what comes of that. If we go to QDEL. And QDEL, boom, PDD goes to the highs as I speak. And QDL just the outside day to the downside, coming back through previous range. So not the end of the world, but we'll see what comes of this. Does take out last week's lows. If we go to XLP, you see some weakness over here. Outside day to the downside, 1 bar RevStrat, and that's going to give us our Pepsis. Trying to go take an outside day. Colgate's here, Proctor's. So those things coming in. So one of the things I'd like to show you always is a scanner and be like, all right, to start off any new week, you just pull up the scan and say, show me anybody that is taking out last week's highs, okay? And do you see a theme there, right? So here's everything taking out last week's highs. Come on, man. And you'll see right out the chute. You're going to see MRO, you're going to see Devon, you're going to see Oxy, you're going to see Exxon, all right? So that tells you that the energies are being bought. You're going to see that they're still coming after Citicorp after last month's inside month and up. Rig, that tells you more oil, right? All that kind of stuff. Slob, more oil. So the energy would be the prevailing theme on the upside, as you can see. Halliburton, SM, Conoco, right? And then if you go to the downside, you're going to see this. She's taking out last week's lows. Last week's lows. Pfizer, Abbott, there's your drugs, your Bristol Myers, your Johnny John, your Proctor. There you go, GILD. So there's your XLP, and there's your and there's your drug. So that's how it's going to start off, but every day is going to reconfirm or negate. So we just stay tuned. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, the Smith and Black channel here at Ticker Taco Strat Time Report.